If you were like me, one of the many things you love about our downtown area in Chattanooga is the walkability of it. Unlike a lot of cities where you have to drive everywhere, you can find a place to park and then walk around our downtown area. But sadly, that's becoming increasingly tricky. Mark Warren is here from Warren and Griffin to talk about pedestrian safety. So good to see you.
Ain't it good to be alive and be in Tennessee, Julie?
Yes, and I wore my
Yeah,
orange.
you got your orange and white on. I think you're slowly becoming a Tennessee fan.
I'll go with
I think I'm rubbing off on you, you know?
Hey, you know what? I will tell you this. So my daughter got married at the end of July, and the DJ began to play a song at the reception, and it was kind of slow.
Right.
Like, not the song was slow, but like the takeoff was kind of slow.
Yeah.
So I ran over to him and I said, will you please play Rocky Top?
There you go,
because her now husband is from Knoxville and the crowd was up. Yeah. Okay, let's talk this pedestrian safety then. You're concerned about this.
Well, pedestrian deaths are up 200% in Chattanooga. This year, we've had 10 deaths. And all of last year, we had 6 deaths. And so they're up in Chattanooga. Chattanooga is a walkable city in the downtown area, but we can all do a better job to make our roads safer. For example, pedestrians, cross at the corners.
Yeah.
Cross at the corners. There's a crosswalk at each corner. Each corner's got a crosswalk. It may be painted. It may not be painted, but still a crosswalk. And the moment you step off the curb in the crosswalk, the pedestrian has the right-of-way. Pedestrian has a right-of-way. If you jaywalk, you have no right-of-way. So don't jaywalk. Don't be like that video game when I was growing up called Frogger.
Oh, yeah.
Did you ever play Frogger?
Yes, I did play Frogger.
You don't want to be that pedestrian going up, going left, going back. You want to cross at the corners.
Well, did I say the right thing though, Mark? Because I'm thinking of some news stories of late where this has tragically happened, and they actually were not in downtown.
Absolutely. Some of the deaths occur on the interstate. Say your car breaks down on the interstate and you're walking to the next exit. That's dangerous to be walking on the interstate anyway. Sit in your car. You've got those yellow vehicles that the state has. They make routine rounds. There's actually no phone number to call those yellow vehicles when your car breaks down on the interstate. But they're on a schedule to make the rounds. So stay in your car. If you're out of gas, you got a flat tire, do not be walking on the interstate. But if you are walking downtown, be safe and crossing the corner. If you are a driver, pedestrians get hit also because they're distracted. I mean, how many times are you walking downtown and you see people, reading their phone as they're walking?
Oh, yeah.
Once again, just put your phone away and be aware of your surroundings.
Are these happening typically by day or by night?
A lot of them happen at night, of course, because it's just dark outside. And that adds to the lack of visibility. But as a driver, as you're approaching the crosswalk, be aware of your surroundings. Be aware that the pedestrian has a right-of-way. You have to stop at the crosswalk. Do not cross the crosswalk and park in the middle of it. Stop in enough distance to allow the pedestrians to cross. Be aware of your right-handed blind spot of a pedestrian if you're making a right-hand turn. It's just being aware. Back to this, and put your cell phone down.
Right.
If you're in a high-traffic pedestrian area, your cell phone should not be anywhere close to you anyway, but that puts pedestrians at risk. The city can do a better job also. The city can repaint the crosswalks that need to be repainted in downtown Chattanooga. They can paint crosswalks in high volume areas also. They can actually elevate a crosswalk where the visibility of the driver is higher up and it becomes only a built-in speed bump. So there's things that the city can do. The city can put up, the crosswalk countdown boxes. Every crosswalk should have a countdown box. They do not. They do not.
Oh, that's true. Yeah, that's true.
So you can count down on that.
Well, okay, I'm thinking back to the cases that come to mind, and I can't give you specifics, but I want to say there's been one not long ago that was out Hamill Road 153 way, and am I right?
Yes, you are.
Okay.
You are.
So not downtown where the crosswalk is the obvious choice. If you are the driver,
but that's a crosswalk too. I mean, just because there's no painted lines on a crosswalk, that's still a crosswalk. Hamill Road, if you are at the red light there and there's a corner to corner and the pedestrian steps off that corner, that is a crosswalk. Now, some of them are not painted, but they're all crosswalks, and the pedestrians have the right-of-way where the vehicles got to yield to them.
Okay, but I'm going to be very careful how I say this. but to the point that the pedestrian also bears some responsibility in this conversation.
Yes.
And it's not always somebody on their phone.
You're right. You're right. You're right.
If something happens, because there are far more drivers out there than there are pedestrians.
Right.
If something happens and somebody watching hits somebody, and they're not they don't know what to, obviously you don't leave the scene.
No,
obviously
you don't.
you don't.
You render aid. You call 911.
But you also don't always know who it is that you've hit.
Right. Right.
So what's the first thing to do?
So are you? Is this a situation where you feel a thump and you don't know whether or not you hit someone?
No,
or
I'm just thinking about it's just we live in this world now where you don't know what to do. You don't know what to do. You could go try to help somebody and then you could be responsible because you didn't do the right thing.
Well, you go help somebody. Okay, you forget about doing the right thing or the wrong thing if you hit a pedestrian. But Hamel Road, I mean, the pedestrian bears some responsibility for being on Hamel Road and crossing on Hamel Road anywhere on Hamel Road.
You just said what I wanted you to say.
It's the truth, though. It's the truth.
Okay.
The pedestrians have got to be aware also. Pedestrian versus car, the pedestrian's always going to lose. So please, pedestrians, look left, right, and left. Okay, left, right, left. Look again to your left before you start walking out in the street, because you versus the car, you are going to lose.
Have you found that in the downtown area, the bicycle lanes have made things more complicated?
I don't know.
Okay.
I'm all for the bicycle lanes. I'm all for us being one of those cities that's progressive as far as using the beauty of our outdoors and enjoying the beauty of our. No, the bike lanes are fine in downtown Chattanooga.
Okay, that's good.
Yeah.
So your warnings then for today are, first of all, hopefully with this heat, not many people are out walking around.
Well, this is it. And it goes back to what we have been harping on for 20 years. Put down the cell phone. If you're walking, put down the cell phone. If you're driving, put down the cell phone. Because, you make a mistake like this, I mean, it affects not only the person that hit the pedestrian, but everybody around, the families of everybody.
Of course.
It's just silly.
Well, I know one thing.
Go Big Orange!
Are you going up to Knoxville?
Oh, absolutely. Well, it's in Nashville.
Oh.
It's in Nashville. We're playing Virginia.
Okay.
In Nissan Stadium.
Oh.
Next Saturday, actually. Kickoff is at noon.
Well, you will be.
You'll have 2 tickets for you and Mark at will call.
I will
but
not.
you have to wear that.
Meg will be home from Nashville,
Okay,
so I'll be here.
But home from Nashville. Oh,
She's
okay.
coming home from Nashville.
That's great. Okay.
But you will be in the throng of people
I will
crossing the streets.
I will be leading the throng crossing the streets. Harping on the Big Orange fans.
So I'll say, good old Rocky Top.
Absolutely.
No, good old Rocky Top.
Rocky Top, Tennessee.
No, you left
What?
out the woo.
Oh.
Good old Rocky Top.
Woo!
There we go.
There you
Mark
go.
Warren,
Okay.
Warren and Griffin. You know how to find him. 265-HURT, warrenandgriffin.com. Go Big Orange.
Go Big Orange.
All right, friends.